Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. Today, we've got four of our partners as guests. First of all, guys, I would like to thank you all for being here and joining daGama's podcast. Um, Today, with us, we have Wayne Marcel, Head of Growth from CEO Protocol. Uh, we've got Gio from Paysenger, Head of SMM, right? Hi, Gio.
Yeah, hello guys.
Igor from Blockchain Sports, and YJ from Cluster Protocol.
Hey
Guys, first
guys.
of all, today we are going to be discussing the bull run, how to avoid scams in crypto, and what's happening with the airdrops. And before we start, I would like to share with all of our community that the best comments after today's podcast will receive prizes. So, guys, please follow and leave your comments. Um, the way I would like to start first is, guys, let's share a couple of words about your projects for our community. Let's start with Wayne.
All right, thanks a lot, Gabriel. As you mentioned, Wayne Marcel, the head of growth of FIO Protocol. Our protocol was launched 4 years ago. We aim to simplify the user experience when they're using wallets, exchanges, and really any other Web3 platforms that emerge since. Most people know us for our handles. You can replace all your different wallet addresses with a single universal handle. The naming convention we use is user at domain. We don't use any dot extensions, so there's going to be no name collisions with any future or past naming systems, whether that's Web3 or Web2. And there's some other features we utilize also. But we're also focused. We're on a mission just to drive user adoption, and we like to partner with projects that are doing that, like daGama and others. So thanks for having me on. And we lost Gabriel.
Yeah,
Gio,
unfortunately.
Gio, you want to go next?
Let's take the introductions ahead. I believe. Yeah, Gabriel is back. By the way.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Wayne, thank you so much for a detailed description of FIO protocol. Guys, share your likes and follow our partners from this podcast. Now I'm going to give the mic to Egor from Blockchain Sports. A couple of words about the project from your side.
Well, just one small remark on it. I'm a marketing lead of Atleta and also help guys from Blockchain Sports to handle marketing. Yep, talking on the side of Atleta and Blockchain Sports. So Atleta is layer one, like a real sports blockchain. Guys from Blockchain Sport, they're doing great stuff on the football or soccer space. They have a lot of football academies inside the Brazil, and they will create like an NFT cards for all the players who are blockchain sports and who is playing on the side of it.
Cool, fantastic. Yeah, I know that Blockchain Sports and Atleta, you sort of have many projects that you're doing, and from what I understand, Atleta is just one of the projects that you guys are building. I've been
Uh,
in, yeah.
Not exactly. Well, blockchain sport is built on Atleta because, well, it's like a full ecosystem which is built inside the blockchain that our guys is doing.
Cool, because I've been in touch with your COO, Artem Karapetyan, recently. He's actually been on our podcast in the past as well. And I spoke to your head of blockchain, I think, Andrei Didkovsky, if I remember correctly. So
Our
what you
CTO,
guys,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So what you're building, guys, is fantastic, and I wish you the best of luck. I mean, it's very ambitious projects, but that's definitely something that the world needs moving forward. So thanks, Igor.
Thanks. Thanks.
Gio from Paysenger, a couple of words about what you're doing, guys.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Gabriel, for having me today. Yeah, I represent Paysenger. We are a social media app for creators, which allows creators of all different kinds to monetize their content and engage with their audience more effectively. And moreover, it allows audience and just social media enjoyers to monetize their activities, since we believe that now social engagement and basically views and audience of any creator is the main, I would say, currency in current digital world. So we want to share the profits that social media generates with not only those who create content, but also with those who consume it.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's great to hear, Gio. And last but not least, YJ from Cluster Protocol. Mike to you.
Yes, sir. So, GMO, this is YJ from Cluster Protocol. Uh, we at Cluster Protocol are building an infrastructure for AI, right? So, we are working around to templatize the AI so that anyone who is available or who wants to build anything in AI, be it a SaaS model or be it someone is looking to automate their needs for AI, that could be done within few clicks, right? So there are three layers which we are working upon. First is the data layer, then it is the compute layer, and the third one is the AI models layer. Combining all these three of them in an efficient and a secure environment is what we are building. That is how we claim us to be the GitHub for AI models.
Fantastic, fantastic, YJ. So, guys, once again, thanks all for being here. Let's start with our first question. And what are your predictions for the upcoming bull run? How long is it going to last? How high can we go? And what are your predictions in general, guys? Whoever wants to start,
I
feel
think I
free.
can start.
Sure.
For me, any prediction, you go to any media, you start reading news and different opinions, and basically there are always gonna be like two main sectors, bulls and bears. So there are two like camps. One believe that yeah, we're gonna hit Bitcoin, gonna hit 1 million like next week, or like cryptocurrencies come in general. But basically speaking, I think in long term this is all going to be a big long bull run if we talk in a 5, 10, 20 years perspective, since more people are getting into crypto, more projects like us here having podcasts today, we're building different products for people mainly, and step by step we will bring new era, I would say, of currencies. So bull run going to be endless, I would say. If we talk short term, I personally believe that by the end of this year, we'll see all-time highs on Bitcoin and major tokens.
Let me take it ahead, or wait, if you want to take it, you could take it. So cool. So yeah. So basically, yeah, I'm also having like predictions are something, but I would say like based on the macros and the micros and the limited news that I have consumed from all the medias around. So yeah, I would say the top would be around in first quarter of 2025, around March. That would be the peak of it. Now the pricing could vary from be it from 100K to 150K to even 125K. So it could be around over these ranges of 100K to 150K, like with a bullish case scenario, right? And with bearish case scenario, there's no bear at the moment, so it's all bull, I believe. But yeah, let's see how it goes. And yeah, based on like I'm no trader, right? I'm not someone who's doing like technical analysis over charts, right? But based on the factors, the news, the micros and the macros, I believe yeah, it would hit around 100K to 125K by March 2025, and then we'll see a decline or descent.
Yeah,
That's a very interesting insight. Wayne, you have something to say about what you feel like where we're going to be heading to?
yeah. Good points, guys. I mean, none of us know the future, and it's not financial advice, but there's some things I agree with. I mean, definitely when I look at the market, what I'll add to this context is I don't really see like when we saw Bitcoin bottom out, right? And typically, I always say, bull runs start before people realize it, right? So it actually started when Bitcoin hit that bottom and started back and hit back over 20K. But I think a lot of the movement we've seen so far has not been retail. It's been mainly institutions, right? Institutions are buying Bitcoin retail's buying meme coins right now, just waiting for a real bull run to really kick off. So to say we're already in that bull cycle, but we haven't seen like what most people see, that blow off top bull run that really drives a lot of hype into the market. You see a lot of money coming in, and I really think it's around the end of the year. I think we're going to see November, December. We're going to see, Bitcoin really start to heat up. It may happen before then, depending on what happens with a few things. We got the Ethereum ETF. We've got we've got uncertainty in the world right now with different things happening. We've got the elections in the U.S. So I think towards the end of the year, we're going to see that really start to happen. And I think around February, March, we're going to see that alt season really take off, really hit. People are looking for the next narrative. And I think there's the next narratives, but there are also the narratives that have played already that are going to reemerge. Like I think NFT utilities are going to reemerge. We're going to see that probably tied to real world assets as well. You're going to see DeFi, I think, really start to emerge, but then new categories, like I mentioned, RWAs and AI tied to crypto. Because let's face it, I mean, we've seen the problem with centralized AI solutions, right? They're all biased. If you want to see that, just play around with Google's one. So that's what I think. And I mean, top prediction, I'm very bullish. I think Bitcoin itself could hit 250K, but it's going to be very much like that wick we saw in 2017, where Bitcoin went from like 15K to 20K in no time, but then it eventually dropped back down. So are we going to live up there for a while? No, I think it's probably going to peak there, maybe hit that, maybe have a chance to hit that for a day or two, and then it may drop back down in the 150 range, and see some more consolidation, and then we'll see from there that could lead to a bearish turn for the market. If it doesn't and it stabilizes without a massive drop, then we could see another run of alts as well.
Would love to add a couple of things here, I would say. So yeah, but we need to understand that this time bull run might be some different thing, right? Because there are no parameters or no factors which are being repeated here, right? Because whenever in the previous bull runs, we saw that people are moving towards shitcoin or meme coins, and then they were moving towards the main maybe BTC or Ethereum, and then moving towards altcoins, right? So in this season, like we saw, first of all, people were exploring in Solana ecosystem. They were meme coin rush, right? But it's never ending. Now it's the Ton ecosystem, and we never know that what next ecosystem it would be, where there would be more meme coins coming. And there was Blast at one point where people were farming and airdropping, and then the narrative of Blast meme coin started, right? But now at the moment it's around over that Ton, that blockchain by Telegram, right? So, and like if you see on a macro level, though these bigger projects like Notcoin or maybe Hamster Combat, they have made the community. They might have built a huge community of say 100 million users or 150 million users, but in the end, the utility of the coin itself is very limited, right? There's just you need to tap over a thing, and then you are earning out of it. Yeah, it's kind of a hyper casual game, you would say, but it all started as a fun, right? And then it grew all up. So what I believe is, yeah, we need to look out for when the retail would actually chip in their money into the markets, so that it could take the new rush. And then in every cycle, that's the truth, right? So when retail will come in, then when there's the max FOMO, then only the VCs will dump the money off, right? So be it in anything, be it be you would say any of the institutional investor who had bought Bitcoin is because they want to dump at any point, right? And that is why they are buying it off. So you just need to ride that correct timing. Though I am also not a financial advisor, but this is what I would do or I would prefer to do, right? So those were my 2 cents over it.
Yep. Just to continue on the Ton ecosystem itself, and all this stuff is moving on inside the community of all the top Telegram mini apps. I guess it is the right name of it. The point is that these guys have like a huge community, and they exactly don't know how to make them pay, how to somehow adapt all these community members, millions of them, into the real Web3 players. So the point is that talking on the side, for example, of marketing, the only value of all the community into these Telegram apps, it's only like an advertisement audience, which you can somehow turn from one Telegram app into the other, but none the first one, neither second Telegram app where this community will move forward. They don't know what to do. The only point what I have already discovered about like a cool advertisement mechanism inside the Telegram mini app, that guys from gambling and betting, they are just buying all this traffic, and but as we all know, they buy all the traffic. And I guess that the only winner in this situation is this kind of projects and the product owners. What they're going to do in the future after the TG of the tokens like Hamster Combat, Bloom, etc. Well, let's see.
But I would disagree a bit over it. Like it could be true, but there are some good utility-driven projects as well, right? So there's this Mayumi game. So they are like aggregator of casino games and hyper casual games, right? So if you would see, they are one of the good competitor to Rollbit, to Stake, right? So consider that now, whatever you were doing on Stake or maybe over Rollbit, right? You are replicating that over your favorite app, that is Telegram, right? The biggest utility of Ton blockchain, the emergence of Ton blockchain, what I have felt is because everyone who is in the crypto is over Telegram, right? And you are building a utility layer over Telegram, which is your favorite app where you chat with your friends, your DGen friends, your VCs, your everyone, right? So with that, if things go in right direction and we see more projects like Mayumi, and there are a couple of others as well, which are building actual utility on the chain, then I would say that would be a real game changer. And then, like in any ecosystem, be it you'll see that only 5% of the projects which are being launched or which are being produced survives, right? And rest all of them got dead. So that's the similar way of saying that, okay, there would be multiple tokens or maybe multiple projects who are aiming for something. They're trying to figure out some mechanism that is tap to one or whatsoever the thing is. They are getting into the hyper casual category, but in the end, if they are able to figure out some token utility out of it, they are able to run the token off, and then they're able to evolve the platform, then I think those things could also work. And they have the biggest community out of anywhere, right? So if they have it, they could leverage it in many ways, which they are, I believe, are already leveraging, but in a limited fashion.
Yeah, very interesting points, guys. I think the key takeaway from this at this point is that the retail hasn't started buying yet. If we compare where we're at right now in terms of the retail money, or we are nowhere near to the peaks of what we were back in 2021. So as I think Wayne rightly mentioned, it's only the institutional investors that are investing right now mainly. And as soon as we see retail coming in, when FOMO hits in, I think the bull run is going to start. And I mean, providing predictions, as everyone is saying, this is not financial advice, but yeah, I think that we could easily go past 150K this bull run. The peak which we're going to hit, I don't think we're going to stay there for a long time. It could be a week or two. Then obviously there'll be a correction, maybe try to re-hit the top. But overall, there are interesting narrative. For example, from the past bull run, it was mostly DeFi was, I think, the main narrative. This bull run seems to be real world assets and projects that are related to artificial intelligence. And we can already see that they have been doing well. For example, a project like Fetch AI from listing, they've produced significant gains for their investors, although they're right now they have corrected. I think the top price for the token was about $3. Now they're sitting at about 1.3, $1.4. So that could be an interesting token to look into. Obviously, no financial advice, just my humble opinion on that front. Guys, so another topic that we could definitely go into. There's a lot of let's go in crypto. Obviously, people try and make money by forging something that of value, calling it let's call it by the real name scams. And I remember the last bull run, there were tokens that actually have instilled in their smart contract that you are able to buy the token, but you're not able to sell it. And then you see the token skyrocket in value, and people think that, oh, they have millions of dollars sitting, but there is nothing they can do with that token. So this is just one of the examples of how scams work in crypto. So let's talk to our communities. How careful should our users and our community take the projects, and what are the things to look into when avoiding and falling into the trap of scams? What are your thoughts, guys?
I can take it ahead. I can get started with it. So, there are many types of scams, I would say, but the very thing which one should care of is the dust scam, right? So basically, and everyone do transactions on every chain, right? So dust scam is a very basic scam where, if in case I'm sending some USDT to say Gabriel, right, and I'm sending it over an ERC20 address or a WEB20 address, whatever it is, a EVM compatible address. So what will happen is there would be another transaction that would be a minute USDT that would be transferred from some wallet into my wallet. Okay, and now that is a dust scam. Now what happens is it's human psychology, right? If in case I need to send Gabriel another 500 or another $200, and let's say it's immediate thing, right? It's not like I'm sending it after a while, after 2 days, after 1 week, or one month. I accidentally sent 500, but I need to send him $1,000. So what my mind will think of is, okay, the very last transaction of mine would be containing the address of Gabriel. So what this does can do is it sends you minute, very minute USDT, as well as the address from which it is sent to you, right? From which it is sent to you would be identical from the starting and from the ending, so it would resemble the address as of Gabriel. And if in case I'll send my USDT over that address, the USDT is gone and it's a different wallet address. So that's the very basic scam I would say people should be taking care of, because everyone sends crypto, right? So this is one of the scams. Apart from that, I believe honeypot is something which is pretty common these days. So you guys could take care of those scams as well. Like you chip in money and like basically I believe honeypot is something like there's some money that is available in the wallet, and you need to chip in a gas fee to take it off. But when you put the gas fee, it's gone, right? So there's a flash smart contract for that is gone. So these are the two scams I believe for general audience. These are the two scams which they should be taking care of in order to maybe be safe in the industry. Apart from that, what others are there? If I see, there's keyloggers and basically phishing scams and stuff. So with like phishing scams, I believe there's one of the biggest hacks that happened around with WazirX, right? So they have clearly testified that there was a multi-sig wallet, right, where there was a payload which has been replaced, right? So that was kind of a phishing thing only. Like there were things where like, so basically there were some rumors around that they have clicked on wrong address or the wrong website of Genesis Safe, right? But their official statement stated that there was a payload change or payload error. So how it could be possible? It could be possible only when they might have clicked on the wrong link maybe, or there could be other things which could have happened, right? So like these are the a couple of things I think people should take care of, I believe.
Thanks, YJ. Igor, Wayne, what are
Yeah.
your thoughts?
Well, yeah, talking on the side of how not to be scammed or get scammed. I guess, well, talking on the side of like high quality or tier S projects, tier one. Uh, First of all, you should just learn all about they're doing, their roadmap. Just try to pick all the points. For example, for each queue of the year, whether they done what they promised to be done or not, how the things is going into the community, if these guys are having like a test net or main net, just try to somehow understand, is there any things you should avoid into the security part. If we are talking, for example, about like just simple coins or meme coins, use bubbles, use honeypot scanners, all the stuff that will somehow, uh, like at the very beginning, where you will just try to invest into this stuff, help you not to be rug pulled or something like that. But actually, even now we can see like scammers can create new and new ways to like rug pull all the graphs, all the community, talking on the side of like new tokens on Solana or Ton ecosystem. These guys can just like create, they doing the same stuff, all the bull runs, all the hype, when we have like on the meme tokens, they just create like 100% more for the liquidity and sell everything. So it's like a classic rule. Just be responsible for all your stuff. Make your own research, make your own decisions, and keep safe. Keep your deposit safe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll jump in on that too. I mean, you guys all gave some great points in terms of what to be aware of. I think on top of what Igor mentioned as far as resources, if you're looking at tokens, is also Dex Tools and Dex Screener. You want to see if there's any red flags because the if you understand, most people don't really understand how money works, and if you understand that anybody can create a token, right? We could all say, hey, let's launch a token during this live, and we can launch it, put a liquidity pool out. Does it mean it's going to do anything? No. Does it mean it has any utility? No. So, and some malicious actors some people are launching tokens with the hope to build something in the future, and maybe that just doesn't happen. But a lot of what's happening, what we're seeing with the scam tokens, is people are just launching a token that has these malicious permissions. Whether it's like you mentioned earlier, right? You can buy it, but you can't sell it, so the price only goes up. There's another one where they're just planning on rugging the liquidity at some point. And then there's also the malicious ones that as soon as you interact with that token, you could give permissions to drain your wallet. So you have to be careful, use those tools, but also keep in mind those are highly, highly speculative versus if you have a project that's been building and is launched, say a mainnet, a layer one chain, layer two, layer three, whatever. There's some infrastructure that went into that. Not saying that those won't go down in value, but they're a little bit more legitimate in what they're doing. And if they're not, if they're a token, what is the business model? What are they building? A lot of projects will launch a token after they've already built something, and that's usually better. And then they can enhance the project. So you really need to do your research, make sure that you're not just jumping into any of those. And most people get scammed when they let their greed override their common sense because they're too focused on gains to realize that it could be a problem. So use those tools you mentioned. Also, like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap are really good to make sure you get the company's legitimate website. You could go to Google, search for a token project, and they could bring you to a website of a copy of a real token, and then they give you a fake contract address. The next thing you know, your wallet could be drained. So definitely make sure you're using good resources and not going to Google to find out information about a coin or a token. And then, I think it was, YJ that mentioned that, the address poisoning, where they'll send you something to mess up your address history. And that's what we're looking to solve here at Theo, because instead of having to rely on address history or copy and paste, you can type in a handle and it'll resolve to the right address. So those are tools that are making it easier. But you definitely have to be very careful and never send any coin or token to anybody else as well. I've seen this recently help somebody lost $500,000, and there really was no recouping it other than them claiming the tax loss, because they got scammed into a fake investment platform with crypto where it looked like a legitimate exchange until they tried to withdraw, and then they're told they have to pay thousands of dollars to withdraw. So definitely, if somebody messages you, even if it's somebody you know, on Facebook or X or anywhere else, and they want you to invest in something, just be very wary, because when you do that, there's a big chance that your funds are already gone. And even if it's somebody you know, like I mentioned, in this case, he thought it was somebody he knew, but it was actually somebody had hacked that account of the person they knew. So the person that was messaging was actually a scammer and not the person that they thought they knew and trusted. When they could have easily picked up the phone and called them and said, "Hey, is this you?" So whenever you feel yourself getting really greedy, thinking about these big gains that you're going to get in the market, do your research, consult with other people that are in the space that may know. And if you're getting messages, definitely just be very cautious with those as well.
Yeah, that's a great point. Actually, on that front, I just remembered a story. A few weeks ago, a good friend of mine messaged me from an account that was created on Telegram. They even took the profile photo of a friend of mine. Everything was the same, but when I tried calling him, basically he's changed something with his privacy settings. So obviously I couldn't call him, and that's very unusual. And that kind of made me thinking that something is off. But yeah, absolutely. And another example, I mean, this is completely basic, but I still believe that some people can fall for it. A couple of months ago, I received an email claiming it to be Trust Wallet. And it said something along the lines that if you don't verify your profile by X date, your funds will be blocked. And obviously, it's important to understand that, first of all, Trust Wallet does not know your email, Trust Wallet does not know your name and anything of that sort. So, I mean, the experienced guys are definitely not going to fall into this. But if that attack still exists, I'm sure that it does work at some point. So you got to be very wary. In terms of something more specific, what would you guys advise? What kind of platforms would you advise to our communities to use and to check the legitimacy of a token or a project? I think this could be very insightful for some of the viewers that are on the channel right now. Gio, maybe you have something to add, because obviously you've lost connection for maybe 5 to 10 minutes and we've been missing you. So would love for you to join in and have a say.
Yeah, been missing you too, guys. Well, I'm completely agreeing with Wayne here, and I believe personally that scams are there in this space in such a big amount because people in crypto are being greedy for the most part, and they just want to get insane profits without thinking, without doing anything, and without just being able to invest like 10, 50, $100 somewhere and become millionaires the next day. And it just basically trading cryptocurrencies is kind of same as trading anything else, and basically it's the same business. If you the higher the risk, the higher the profits. So yeah, there are definitely some safety concerns that we need to address, especially to retail when it comes to bull run and stuff like that. But basically saying, if you want to get $1 million out of $100, you need to be ready to lose them and to get scammed. This is how it works, to my mind. I mean, the more conservative investments would not bring you that crazy profits, but they at least stay with you for a long time. And definitely, if you trade some meme coins or some, shady stuff, sometimes it happens that, a project just brings a market maker to the stage and you see crazy profits with the coin that basically has nothing behind it. But if you want to stay safe, I would say that just you need to stay in the zone of centralized exchanges, which for the most part, at this moment, are the securest way for retail and just for us to trade crypto. And there are so many options. Yes, some of the meme coins are not only meme coins, but generally tokens are not available on centralized exchange. But here, when the risk question comes up, so if you're ready to lose it all, well, let's gamble, let's rumble, and let's go for it. If you're scared to get scammed, yeah, you better not trade some weird stuff. And as for like scam that you mentioned, Gabriel, like from account to account, yeah, definitely using two-step verification, having multiple accounts are always a good thing to have, especially in this digital age when information is basically new gold, and a lot of companies are trying to get your info. And basically speaking, to my mind, the biggest companies in the game like Apple and Google, those are the biggest information traders, and those are the guys we need to be really scared of. But I think this is a topic for a whole other conversation.
Thanks for your opinion, Gil. That was very interesting, and I think that you had great points here. Um, Guys, I would like us to move to another topic that we have out for discussion today, and it is airdrops. Obviously, airdrops have been a big hype over the past couple of years, especially after um, projects like Uniswap, Arbitrum. They gave out huge amount of tokens with minimal investment, and people made 50x, some even made 100x on these airdrops. And recently, there's been a lot of hope that Starknet, Layer Zero, ZK Sync are going to reward their early adopters. But as we all know, that was not the case. So, what are your thoughts, guys? Is airdrop hunting dead, or we're still gonna see projects that are awarding their communities with something that could bring a lot of value with minimal investments? What are your thoughts? Where do we stand in the airdrop market?
Yeah, I think I'll go first. I think personally, we've seen a swing in airdrops where, as more and more people become aware of airdrops, some people are looking for ways to game the system, right? So the early ones that you saw, years ago, I think Uniswap was probably the most prevalent one most people were aware of, and then 1inch, and then there was others, ENS and others that did airdrops. And in some cases, like some of those have been around for a while, but more and more as people think, okay, this company or this project may have an airdrop, they start doing activities, not because they want to use the platform, but just to try to farm those airdrops. And I think projects on the flip side, they also want to make sure that airdrops are going to hit individual users and not necessarily just be claimed by a bunch of bots, which is what the risk is. So you went from people were extremely happy with the airdrops they were getting early on and saw some great gains from those, to where now you have projects that are disappointing communities that are following them and doing activities expecting some sort of airdrop, and then the criteria that may be used is not exactly what they thought it would be. And so I think we have to find that happy medium where it's and there's tools out there. There's different decentralized identity tools, just proof of human verifications, to where I know if we were doing an airdrop today, I would want to make sure that that airdrop wasn't 99% claimed by bots and only 1% of real people actually got the airdrop. So I think that's what needs to happen. It's got to evolve with the tech, because it's really a great way to go. And I think people just build great platforms that people are going to use anyway, our tools or resources, and then organically, without any mention of an airdrop later on, I think it could be less like the project shouldn't hint at that there's an airdrop coming. Instead, it should just be more organic, to where you're rewarding your most loyal users, because the second you have any kind of mention or speculation that there could be an airdrop coming, then yeah, your platform may get overrun with users, but most of them don't really care about the platform. They're just trying to farm airdrops. And then once the airdrop's done, they're gone. They're not a real user of your platform anyway. They're not going to stick around.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point, Wayne. And what I wanted to add is basically when the airdrop theme actually started off, as you mentioned, a lot less people were doing airdrops. Hence, there was a lot less competition for the amount of rewards that were going to be allocated. But right now, if we check services like DBank, you can see, for example, in Layer Zero, I think there were more than a couple of million wallets that were actually doing the airdrop. And a lot of them were bots. So obviously the price pool, even if let's say we assume that all the wallets that are taking part, they are going to receive the drop, the price pool is now being distributed not between, let's say, 10 or 20,000 wallets, but now between million wallets. And obviously that makes the potential reward a lot less likely to take place for each individual that is participating in the airdrops. YJ, Igor, Gio, you have anything that you would like to add on that topic?
Well,
Yeah, Igor, go first.
Okay, so thanks. Well, yep, talking like an airdrop for the community, I can say that it depends only on the project, on which testnet or some other activities you're working with. So, for example, if you're working with like long-term project, long-term protocol, network, doesn't matter, you will get what you deserved, because if you see that project like moving in parallel with all the sides like business developing, new products release, new, I don't know, new partners, new VCs that is coming into it. So yep, well, that's the point. You will get like a real reward, and you will even don't matter how many bots or other participants inside it, because well, all will get the reward. Talking on the side of like marketing, so using airdrop or some testnet activities like an event, well, I can say that it also depends like on the project you are launching, the testnet or like all the other stuff. If you have like a long-term strategy, and you have like a huge team who's working each day on the main goal for all of you, well, yep, that's the point where community will love what you do, or when a community will have like a lot of stuff to do with your products, with all the activities you're launching or you're performing. Even like now, we have like fantastic results for the first months of the testnet, and well, it's like the point where you can see the real interest of the community into your product, into all your stuff you're doing. And yep, talking on the side of like developing, QA, etc. Well, let's not forget that it's like a strong point to test all your stuff and to prepare for the mainnet. And that's why, well, I think that airdrop not die yet. Talking on the side of like airdrops as rewards into the some task platforms like Zili or Galaxy or I don't know, Tascon, and all the others. I guess it's like a normal way how to make users love you. So if you have what to say to them, if you have what to give to them, well, it makes you like a project and like a business, a cool one into the all the market of new upcoming or launching products.
Absolutely, absolutely, Igor. On that front, guys, I would like to address this to our community. Guys, we do love you and we appreciate you. So participate in our Zili campaign and you will reap the rewards thereafter. Gio, you passed on the phone to Igor. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, thanks. Well, for me, airdrops in Web3 is kind of paradox because they are created to bring attention to the project and to reward the most active users. And at some point, when there are too many users, and it's pretty hard to check if there are Sibyl accounts or not, this overwhelming amount becomes way too much for projects like the recent example was it it was layer zero, I think, the one where uh, the participants were so many that when they received the airdrop, they were not happy at all because they were farming that test net for like, I don't know, years or months, and they received like I don't know the exact amount, but let's say like few $100, which comparing to like previous cycle airdrops, basically nothing. So it's a difficult topic actually, and uh, for me, I personally believe that airdrops are still necessary for the community, since most of the community members are used to them, and this is still the easiest way to get people in touch with the projects. Even me personally, when I was making my first steps in crypto, I was interested in those airdrops, and by engaging with different platforms, I found products that suits me best, like bridges I use, dexes I use, wallets I use. At some point, I learned from them from some marketing initiative, and it's complicated and it's hard to deny the airdrops and their importance on Web3 in general. So yeah, I think it goes even further. Like me personally, I see how non-crypto platforms are starting using these quest systems, like delivery companies or maybe e-commerce platforms. They start using this quest thing just to engage with the users longer and basically offer them some sort of a airdrop, which equals like maybe in a discount or gift or something. So basically, we can say at this moment that there is airdrops and Web3 culture influenced retail business at this moment. So I think airdrops will stay with us for a long time. It will be harder to, get a nice reward from it, but still, I believe that some projects will be able to surprise us in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I still think there's some leeway that we can get from airdrops in terms of, and what's going to happen is the projects that we least expect to give out great opportunities. Obviously, if people are expecting to receive some kind of gains from it, they will be doing that. So obviously, it's a bit of a gamble on that front. But in the way we've been used to the airdrop era for the past couple of years, I think that this is sort of it's kind of dying down. This is just my personal opinion and observation of what's been happening in the past um, with airdrops in general. Uh, Guys, this is for our community. I would like to remind everyone because we are uh, coming towards the end of our podcast. Five best comments posted during the broadcast will get special prizes. So do not miss out on these opportunities. Um, Wayne, Igor, Gio, YJ, it's been a big pleasure to have you all on this podcast. And I hope that we can do something together. I would love to come and join you if you ever decide to host podcasts. I've already been on yours, Wayne. A big shout out to you for that. So it would be great to build something together as we're all partners. Let's keep on building. Let's keep on thriving. And I wish you all guys the best of luck with your projects and in general. So thank you.
Thank you very much for having us today. It's been a pleasure. I wish you guys a great Friday and a great weekend ahead. See each other in Web3 space.
Great one. Thank you, Gabriel, first of all, for hosting us here. And thank you guys for listening us to the end. And I believe it's a recording, so you guys might be repeating it off, and it might be broadcasted over different sources. So thank you guys. It was a pleasure having a conversation with you all, and feel free to collaborate if there's some collaborative AI opportunities you guys see around for cluster. You guys can hit me a DM, or maybe you can hit a DM over our Telegram handles, and let's take it ahead from there. So it was a pleasure being here. Thank you guys for your.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Likewise. Likewise.
Sorry, Gabriel. Yeah, so thanks again, Gabriel. Yeah, it was a pleasure having you on the podcast. Those of you other guys on the broadcast right now, I've followed each of you guys on X, so feel free to connect with me if you guys are interested in coming on the podcast as well. And also, we'll do some exploring what we do. And good luck to everybody out there. We talked about some great topics. Just make sure to always, protect yourself. Make sure you're getting your information and using the right platforms, getting it from the right resources. And yeah, anybody out there, listen, if you need anything or have any questions, feel free to reach out to me as well in DM. So thanks again.
Cheers, Wayne. Cheers.
Yes, guys. Just to continue all the thanks. Thanks first of all, Gabriel, to inviting me as a speaker. Thanks, guys, everyone who told their point of views today. Thanks, everyone who listened to us. I wish luck to all of us for all of the projects we are representing or handling. Just keep your portfolio safe, be safe, and see you into the Web3 space.
Absolutely, guys. Once again, thank you so much for being part of this podcast, being part of daGama, because we truly value our partners just like we do our community. Thanks to the daGama team for helping to organize this event, and a big thank you to our listeners, to the daGama's community. I truly believe that this conversation was very insightful, and it gave a lot of room for thought to everyone who was listening to us. Guys, thank you so much, and have a great weekend till we meet again. Cheers.
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. Bye.